Hey guys, Arjun here, back with a new video and a highly requested video on my channel. Today we are going to be optimizing our AMD settings to get the maximum performance out of our AMD graphics card. Note, this is only for the AMD platform. So first of all, what we want to do is right click on our desktop and head on to the AMD Radeon software. Now we are going to be doing some major changes to the graphics settings as well as the display settings. So head on to the gaming option, or you can directly click on settings and head on to the graphics tab. What you want to do is click on the esports profile, to which we are going to be doing some heavy modifications. So as you can see, I own a Radeon RX 570, which is my primary graphics card. So let's get in right to the settings. First of all, what we want to do is click on the Radeon anti-lag and enable that. What that does is provides you with the maximum frame rate and provides you with the minimum amount of input lag. Next, we want to disable Radeon chill so that it does not limit our frame rate to save power. Remember that this guide is only to provide you with the maximum frame rate out of from your computer. Moving on, so only certain games in today's date allow you to enable this, but Radeon Boost is a very highly recommended setting, which allows you to change movement based dynamic resolution. What this does is provides you with the maximum frame rate and squeeze out that extra juice out of your graphics card. So if your game does support it, you want to turn this on. But for now, as I play Fortnite as my primary game, since Fortnite as of now does not support Radeon Boost, we are going to turn Radeon Anti-Lag on. Moving on, we want to turn off Radeon Enhanced Settings. What this does is reduce both visual tearing and lag, but man, does this cause huge spikes in frame rates. Moving on, we have the Radeon Image Sharpening. Now several guides might tell you or might recommend you to turn this on, but I would strictly recommend that you do turn this on if you are looking for maximum frame rate and minimum amount of stutters. Moving on, let's go to the Advanced tab. So over here, several guides might tell you to override application settings or use the application settings, but over here what we are doing is enhance the application settings. Also, several people might recommend you to use adaptive multi-sampling for the maximum frame rate, but I can personally tell you, after quite a lot of use and quite a lot of gaming on this graphics card, that multi-sampling is the way to go. Moving on, we have morphological anti-aliasing. What you want to do is disable this, as this will lead to huge frame rate spikes from your graphics card. Moving on, we have anisotropic filtering. You want to disable this, as this although it does improve how the game looks, it does reduce your frame rate by quite a bit. Moving on, we have our texture filtering quality. We want to set this to performance so as to get the maximum amount of frame rate from our graphics card, and turn off for surface format optimization, as this does lead to quite a lot of frame rate spikes. Moving on, we have the tessellation mode. Several videos might tell you to set this to AMD optimize, but what you want to do is override application settings and yes, turn this to 2x. I can personally tell you that the game looks beautiful while providing you the maximum frame rate, although off is another option to go if you're looking for that even extra 2 or 3 frames per second. Moving on, we have the OpenGL triple buffering, which you want to disable, and the 10-bit pixel format, which you also want to disable. Your GPU workload must be set to graphics, as it does provide you with the maximum performance while you are gaming. Another very important setting is to perform resets to your shader cache every few months. So for example, what this does is it resets all the performance that is recorded by AMD to provide you with better setting recommendations. So yes, this is important if you're looking for that absolute maximum frame rate. Moving on to the display, what you want to do is turn on AMD FreeSync if it is supported on your gaming panel. Virtual Super Resolution must be disabled, GPU scaling must be disabled, and your scaling mode must be full panel. One important thing to know is when you're using AMD FreeSync, you cannot use your millisecond response time option, which several gaming panels in today's world provide. What MPRT does is provide you with that absolute legendary of a response time. For example, my gaming panel does support MPRT and provides me with a 1 millisecond response time. But note that AMD FreeSync, when enabled, does not allow you to turn on MPRT and vice versa. Your color depth should be set to 8 bpc and your pixel format the same as mine. Now, custom color I personally have turned off, but you can turn it on based on how you like your colors. Moving on, we have our custom resolution, which you can create to create virtual super resolutions. For example, if you like to play games on stretch resolutions, this is where you can modify it. Now, for example, if your monitor can handle it and can handle overclocking, which most gaming panels in today's date can, you can change that over here. You can create custom profiles where then you can go into your display settings and change that accordingly. And I'm going to be posting a video in the next few days regarding how to create custom resolutions. Other than that, we have overrides, which I personally do not like to mess with. Moving on, we have our video profile, which is set to default. Another important thing that many videos tend to lack is how recording and instant replay affect your gaming performance. So if you're looking for that maximum frame rate and can spare not having an instant replay set, then you must set it to off to get that maximum amount of juice, as instant replay can affect your performance quite a bit, especially based on what settings you use. For example, right now for recording, I am using 1080p at 60 frames per second and the AVC record encoding type. My video bitrate is set to 30 Mbps, which is quite a high quality preset, but that's all set on you. But do remember that instant replay can give you an extra 30 or even 40 frames per second. Other than that, I have game streaming set as off. Moving on, I have my streaming profile not optimized because I don't use my AMD software to stream. Other than that, I like to set my in-game overlay to disabled, as it's just another background app that keeps running and reduces those frames. And yeah guys, that was all for today. I hope this video and guide helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.